Imagine a romance anime with the over-the-top overthinking of Kaguya-sama, but the complex relationships and cringy character traits of Rent-a-Girlfriend. That's Girlfriend Girlfriend, or Kanojo mo彼女, which aired during the summer 2021 anime season. I'm Matrix, and in this spoiler-free review, I'll talk about what makes this show unique, as well as the areas where there's room for improvement. I won't lie, I like Girlfriend Girlfriend, but at the same time, it's both the dumbest and trashiest thing I've watched this season. It's the type of show that you really need to turn off your brain to enjoy. Here's the basic premise. Naoya is a high school boy with a girlfriend named Saki who he idolizes. He constantly makes loud declarations of love to her in public, embarrassing her. Then, out of the blue, another girl named Nagisa confesses to Naoya with the same level of obsession for him that he has for Saki. He's instantly smitten with her and doesn't want to reject her, so the two of them convince Saki to let him date both of them. As ridiculous and unrealistic as this premise is, I actually think it's a good one because it subverts your expectations. When I came into the first episode, I expected a traditional love triangle with Naoya having to question whether he wants to stay with Saki or leave her for Nagisa. Instead, he's trying to make a relationship with both of them work. And you might say, well, isn't that just a harem anime then? I don't think it meets that definition either, because in harem shows, the main character typically isn't actually in a relationship with anybody and just has a lot of people vying for their attention. The dynamic between Saki and Nagisa is also pretty interesting, because when Saki first meets Nagisa, she likes her so much that she says she wants to go out with her herself. In the relationship, they see themselves as rivals but still like and respect each other. There's jealousy, but that almost never leads to any animosity between the girls, rather a fear that they will get dropped, causing them to work harder. Now, if these story elements sound interesting to you, here's the caveat. If you want to watch this show, you will need to be able to endure nearly lethal amounts of cringe every episode. Every time Naoya speaks, I feel my palm magnetically attracted to my face. He's incapable of doing anything at a normal level. He always has to be over the top, whether that's a confession or a reaction to the most mundane of things. And he always says what's on his mind no matter what, with very little tact. He's not cringy because he's a crappy person, like Naoya with Rent-a-Girlfriend, but because he's so obsessed with being nice that he can't make up his mind about anything and has thrown two girls' lives into chaos as a result. Both Saki and Nagisa always overreact to things as well. To be honest, like 80% of the show is just people overreacting to things. But at least for them, it's understandable because they're put into such an awkward situation. But they also make things awkward as well. For example, Saki will beat up Naoya on a regular basis when he says dumb things, and Nagisa has some stalker-ish tendencies. Luckily, I think a healthy dose of cringe is good every once in a while, so I've been able to enjoy this show regardless. The other potential big downside is the fact that the show has a lot of ecchi elements throughout. It's certainly not the main focus, but most episodes there's at least some sort of mildly lewd interaction. It doesn't contribute much to the show and could have been toned down a lot in my opinion. There are plenty of romance anime that handle things a lot more tactfully. Now that I've covered the plot and characters, let's talk a little bit about the animation. The show is by Tezuka Productions, which has a relatively small amount of works, but it's known for such widely different shows as a few different Astro Boy remakes, the quintessential quintuplets, and How Not to Summon a Demon Lord. As a whole, the animation is decent. There's a good range of camera angles, the faces are very expressive, and there's some innovative stylistic elements, like starting the first episode with a strange pastel overlay with little dots. At the same time, I can't really recall any shots that blew me away, and the overall look of the show isn't particularly distinctive. Also, almost every time there's a reaction shot, the background ends up being different colors with a lot of motion lines. While the exact look of the effect varies from shot to shot, it ends up being kind of gratuitous with how often it's used. The music of Girlfriend Girlfriend is one particularly strong element. It's very dynamic, and on a moment's notice can swing from calm classical music to almost ska-like chaotic music with lots of horns, to piano ballads, to rock. The opening song is Fuzaketa Naize by Nekrai Taki, which is really fantastic. I love the lead vocalist's voice. Now I want to briefly mention the voice acting. It takes a strong voice actor to constantly swing between calm and crazily bombastic voice acting, and all three of the main cast are able to do that very well. Naoya is voiced by Junya Enoki, known for roles like Itadori in Jujutsu Kaisen and Panakata Fugo from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Saki is voiced by Ayane Sakura, known for roles like Ochako from My Hero Academia and Yotsuba from the quintessential quintuplets. And Nagisa is played by Azumi Waki, who has played roles like Senko and Micah from Blend S. Overall, I'd give Girlfriend Girlfriend a 6 out of 10. It's a fun show, but I don't think it's something I'd rewatch, and I definitely don't think it's something all romance fans will appreciate. But if you're looking for something to tide you over until we get more Rent-A-Girlfriend, it's a decent watch for sure. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing for weekly content. I'm Matrix from Matrix AM, Anime, and more, and I hope you have a great day.